Huh? Question.
Yeah, I'm listening.
So I guess because we changed the subnet, that isn't the host become 96 because basically in my configuration, yeah, I just
No, 96. That you should add another bit in there to make it 100.
so why did he actually change the number?
Did Packet Tracer do it on his own?
Yeah, because basically it's my actual command that I gave it, packet tracer, but with Android, but again, it just changed it to 96.
Yeah, that's weird. Let me see here. Let me see if I can mock this up on my gear. Hold on a second.
Huh. I will never actually get 100.
Hey, gentlemen, I'm back. Just FYI.
Hey man, I heard the doorbell ring. I think somebody tried to come in, or I don't even know if I let them in or not.
Claude just leaving people out. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, yeah.
That was me. That was me. That was me.
All right,
It's
so
all
so
good.
let me in future reference, is it the security button that you pushed?
Nah, just go to participants,
Yeah.
and you'll see whoever's waiting to be admitted in. They'll be in the waiting room.
Okay, so do this. Go to your security settings and see if the enable room is even enabled anymore. Because I might have disabled that.
No, that's still enabled. You're good.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, because what I did was I actually disabled the waiting room, thinking that that would allow the person in.
Yeah, that's probably how I got in. So now you're good.
Okay. All right. So what he did here on Packet Tracer, he put in another line and it changed his original ACL, his ACEs from dot 100 to dot 96. Which kind of threw me for a
Okay.
loop. I didn't know if it was a Packet Tracer thing or
No, I mean, okay. So if we're using a /29, then that's correct because we're
yeah,
trying to
but
target the entire subnet.
And not basically win. I don't think. Oh,
What?
yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry.
You're right. Sorry,
We're
you're right.
yeah, we're trying to target. No, you're good. We're trying to target dot 100 and dot 101. The /29 subnet was able to target those without targeting the other servers. That's why it probably changed to dot 96, and 96 is the host address. I mean, sorry, the network address of that
it's
subnet.
96.
Okay,
Yep.
if we actually do that, we're still gonna be able to access
103.
173 and 73 because they're inside of the subnet.
Hold on. We shouldn't. It just stop at. No, it stops at 102. 103 is the broadcast address of that subnet. Shouldn't be able to access it.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless there's another ACE that's in there that's permitting it.
No, those are the only 4 ACs that we have right now.
Got you. Okay, cool.
Okay, let's try this.
There was another.
What were you saying?
No, sorry. My bad. I'm not a meeting.
No, I don't think I can access. No.
Side note, fellas, I'm eating Chick-fil-A for the first time. Oh my goodness. Why haven't y'all told me about Chick-fil-A? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A tastes very good. What do you have? What do you have? Spicy?
Yeah, so my coworker got me some fries and the chicken sandwich because I didn't want to, whenever I eat
Yeah.
at new places, I don't like to eat, random stuff. I already had that experience with escargot. Almost
Yeah,
threw up.
Yeah, those
But,
waffle fries and the chicken sandwich. That chicken sandwich is pretty decent.
mm.
I think that it's
So here's where the problem's going to be at. That sequence 30 is going
yeah,
to jam up
the,
everything.
yeah, because I already see the matches in there. So
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are already pinging. Awesome. Good stuff.
So sequence 30
Cool.
needs to become sequence 40.
Yep.
And sequence 40 needs to become sequence 30.
Wait a minute. No, because it's
that's what I don't think so, because that's
no, it should. It's working. It should be working. So let's go to PC2. If you guys are pinging those servers 101 and 100, they shouldn't be working. Yep, request timed out. So let's try to ping it. Nope, let's go back to command prompt. Oh, well, yeah, we can do that. That works. Whatever you want to do.
It's not gonna ping it, because
Yeah. There we go. All right, let's try 101. Trust but verify. Boom. Perfect. And let's try to do it from PC1.
and PC1 won't be able to reach it with SMP packet, because PC1 only allowed to reach it to port 40 and port 80 and port
Let's
440.
verify.
Okay.
Let's verify. We're engineers, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Now let's ping the other one as well, and then we're going to go ahead and try the website, because you made a good point. Since we only allowed a certain protocol, then that shouldn't work.
As mentioned, I'm pretty sure the deny is actually, here we go.
There we go. Now we see our error.
I mean, we shouldn't see an error for PC1. That's a problem.
Exactly. Exactly. Let's do a show run again. Let's look at the running configuration. I want to take a look at it. What I'm doing
Hold
over
on,
here as well,
hold on. I have a question. So basically, we're using the host, right? So basically, it's gonna be pretty much like a single IP address. Well, from there,
Mhm.
oh, never mind. Sorry.
Go ahead, Angel. Go ahead. You're good.
No. I was
What were you
talking about
thinking?
I was talking about the destination, but when I realized it's just I was talking about the source, but when I realized my point was for the destination, so it's good.
Okay. Yeah, that's odd that it didn't even match. PC1 didn't even match rule 1 or rule 2.
Because it's not gonna match it
Let's do this.
because the IP address is 96, even though it's inside of it. So I don't know, but I don't think it's gonna match it.
It should match it. In theory, right? So let's go ahead just for giggles. And I'm sure Carlos and Claude is doing it in the background themselves within their lab environment. Let's take away let's remove sequence 1 and 2, both the first beginning ACs, and rewrite them without the host command, and rewrite them with the actual wildcard mask. Let's see if that changes anything. And I'm testing it on my side as well.
You know what? Let's start over because I'm gonna kill myself doing this right now.
Okay. All right. Let's.
I mean, the host is good because it's just.
Whoopsie daisy. Okay, so let's do that. All right. Firewall. Oh, I think
Hey,
you
am
wiped
I
out the
making a
whole
mistake?
access list. I think you wiped out the whole access list. Hold on,
Yeah,
do a show run.
I did. Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. This is hey, this is where we learn. So you're good. You're good. Do a show run. Do show run. There you go.
Yeah, I think standard ones you got to do that anyway if you want to rewrite them.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. At least the command is still there. We just have to recreate the
I think I'm making a mistake too.
What do you mean?
This one was 10, not 101. Oh, the IP address for this source was 10.1.2.10, not 10.2.100. 101, sorry.
And Angel, what I'm doing is, like I said, I'm recreating just to see what's going on. See, and we're probably just missing. Probably just missing something with configuration and stuff. So no biggie. We're gonna figure it out as a team. So no biggie at all. Okay. Excuse me.
Hold on. And any deny stuff should probably be towards the tail end while you're recreating this.
Okay, so basically we move. Oh, don't put the deny one, but no, basically that was my fault that I didn't put the IP address was wrong, as I said, for the access list. It might be the reason why, because instead of 10.1.2.101, I had 10.1.2.10.
Yeah, that's the source.
Yeah, but the source was wrong in the previous one we created.
Wait a minute. Okay, now I'm confused.
This one.
What's the IP address of PC1?
It's 101, 10.1.2.101. Yeah, but from this I had 10. That's
Angel.
what it was. Yeah.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, man. It's all good. We all do it, brother.
I thought 101 was a server.
That's what I'm trying to recreate to see.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought 101 was a server.
No,
Shit,
that's a different subnet. That is something wrong.
It's all good. It's
You
all
might
good.
want to
Hey,
access list 100. Remove it.
Angel, good catch. Good catch, man.
Thanks.
Now let's try to see if it works. That'll be one reason why it doesn't work. Good catch, man. Okay. I like this. Haven't touched ACLs in a minute. Now I'm excited. You guys keep me on my toes.
Let's see first to see, as you said. Actually, good. Okay. Here we go. Let's see.
There we go. Nice.
So what was the piece of information that was misunderstood?
Wrong IP
Wrong
address.
source IP address.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
It's all good. You know, learned a good lesson here. Trust but verify. Always verify.
But the problem, I shouldn't be able to reach that.
So what is the address of PC number one?
Number one is 10.1.2.101. The servers PC1 should be able to access it. 10.1.1.100. Let me make sure. So yeah, that 100. And
Okay.
in that 101, it shouldn't be able. It should not be able to access PC server 3 and 7.4, which is like 102. Three. Let me see if it's going to reach 3. Let's do this first. It does. As you said, I think we need to shrink the wildcard mask a little bit, because I don't know why.
No worries. Let's take a look. I am, like I said, on my side, I'm trying to recreate it. So now, can we check our router, see if we have any matches? See what matches we have for. Okay, perfect.
I mean,
So we have matches for the first rule. Hold on. Okay. Well, okay. So Claude, I see something now. Claude and Carlos. So in that /29, 102 is included in that. And
even
102 is one of the.
and I'm not supposed to use
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to touch 103. Huh.
30.
Sorry, I'm tired out of beating. Just give me 5 minutes.
Oh no, take your time. Sorry, Carlos. I didn't know you were in a meeting.
Yeah, just give me 5 minutes. Yep.
Take your time. Claude, okay, so we're getting hits. And that makes sense. Huh. But why are you hitting 103? Well, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense because I'm permitting that entire sub. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. 103 is in there. Check to see if you can hit 104, please.
I don't think we have 104.
There's not a 104?
No.
Nope. Okay. Cool. All right. Try to hit 254. Try to ping 254. Okay. Let's go to the router and let's see. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, so hit that deny rule.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. This thing is catching my attention, really. Hey, I have a question.
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, I'm looking at the subnetting table.
Mhm.
I remember that if you're doing like a point-to-point, like if you're using a serial link, you can use like a /31, right?
Mhm.
You don't actually need how can I say this? You don't need a network or a host and a broadcast host. So basically, can we actually use a /31 in here?
We can, right? But per the instructions from your instructor, we only can use only 2 ACEs.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Instead of 007, can you actually use 0001? Because that's gonna
But
actually that's gonna be
that's
two
only going
IP
to hit one
address.
IP address. Unless hold on, let me double check.
But that's what I'm saying. I know, but no, that's gonna be two because /21's like, but nah, is it?
No, I don't. Yeah, that's going to be the network address and the broadcast address. That's.
Yeah, but what if
I mean,
it consider those two IP address? Because as I said, point to point, you don't have broadcasting in network.
that's a
I
good
mean, I'm
point.
just
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's do that.
throwing an idea, but I don't know. Or we can use
Yeah, that's good.
a /30. Okay. I'm having issue. That's one the issue that I'm having. Editing.
/30 is not going to work. That's going to be 101 and 102.
Okay. Okay. I'm having issue editing. The ACL. So.
Yeah.
Usually I
So
just.
so to edit, to edit the ACL, all you're going to do is type no in front of the access control entry that you put. You don't have to delete the whole access list.
But when I put the new access list, instead of giving me the old one, you just give me the sequence. It just increases it instead of like putting it. For example, if I remove 10, the sequence 10, right? If I said
Mhm.
no 10 in permit or in all the stuff, when I actually put it again, bring it down.
You're trying to change your sequence.
I mean, what we're going to do, we're just gonna remove 10 and 20, and then we're just gonna replace them again. So how can I actually make them to become 10 and 20 again without actually delete the entire access list and start over?
Sure. Yeah, we should be able to move them. Hold on. Give me a second.
So type in go to config T, and it's going to be IP access list 100. That's going to take you into the configuration for the NACL.
There we go. Perfect. And you should be able to move it up and down from there.
How is it coming?
Hit your return. All right,
There you
now
go.
go ahead, do a no, whatever sequence line you want.
20. So okay, my question is basically I actually remove 10 and 20. If I do like a show access list, you're gonna see I can actually add an access list become 10 and 20 instead of become 50.
You want access list 10 to become 50?
No. I want I don't have an access to 10, right? I want the new accesses I'm putting to be 10.
Okay, then insert sequence 10 in whatever line of code you want.
And then
So like if you wanted 20, if you wanted your old 20 to become your new 10, yeah, that's what you're trying to do. Yeah.
oh crap. Thank you. No.
And then if you wanted your old
That's for my notes. Okay. Okay, now let's see. Get close. I think we hit it. So I think it's good now, but as you're saying, why we the slash does it consider as a point to point? Does this know why the slash 31 works?
Say it again.
Does it consider as is a point to point? Does this know why slash 31 works, or because basically I can't access 2 and 3 right now when I'm actually doing it.
Yeah, well, and it is considered a point to point. Now that I think about it, it is, because again, there's those two host addresses. Yeah, essentially, and Claude, feel free to correct me. Yeah, it just works. It's within that range. Yeah, they even tell you on the CCNA and just general network knowledge. Yeah, you can use either a 31 or a 30 for a two-host network.
Okay.
Claude, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
But again, you we guys remember, yeah, it's right. But again, I was gonna
What happened? What's up, Angel?
I mean, what we did was good, but I was never mind.
What happened? No, go ahead.
No. Can I answer my own question again?
I got you. No worries.
It's okay. Yeah. What is this?
Cool. Now, have we tried HTTPS? We verified
Yeah.
that works.
No. Okay, here's the question that I have. Does it still consider as like in a subnet? Because again, this thing kind of like made me a little bit confused, a little bit. Okay, the IP address that I put for the host is 100, 101, sorry. But again, I could just return to me 100.
Right. So that's the network address, and that's one of the host IPs, right? And how those /31s work, right? They're only acceptable for 2 hosts. And so, and I'll get you more documentation on it, but it's typically only 2 hosts are available within that /31 subnet. Right. So even though, yes, you had to put it like that, because you had to put .100 there because that's the network address of that /31 subnet for .100.
Okay.
So that's the beginning. That's the beginning of the subnet, and that's one of the usable IP addresses of the subnet. Just like 101 is one of the usable IP addresses, but it's also the broadcast address.
Yeah, correct.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So HTTPS works. Let's try 101. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and verify from our router, see if we got any hits. There we go.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so now let's verify. Hold on. Nope, we denied. Now let's try to reach another network on PC2. I think that'll be our last test. And not the server. Nope, not the servers. We're going to reach another network, right? Because if we try to reach the servers, that's being hit by the 3rd rule.
I mean, we don't. Okay, we're trying to reach. Let's trying to reach a DNS system.
The other subnet. So let's try to reach
There's no other
another IP
subnet.
address.
There's a point that
Sure.
yeah, this entire thing is only 2 subnets.
Scroll your topology to the right.
Yeah, this is outside.
Yeah, so try to ping that, or try to get to 8.8.8.8. That should hit your last rule.
Yeah, let's see.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
So
let's
go ahead and verify. Exactly. So now let's go ahead and go to our router. Make sure this request hit that last rule in the ACL,
Yeah,
and I think we're
you
good.
got it.
Boom. We're golden. We're golden. Good stuff. Now this case takes care of section 1, right?
Yeah.
Angel, how you feeling? You think you need help on number 2?
I can actually work it out to see, and then trying to test and verify, and then to see if it doesn't work. You guys are here.
Hey man, that'll work. All right, guys, I'll go ahead and shut down the Zoom. This is good teamwork.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Oh, no biggie, man. This is what we do. This is what we do. We don't leave no man hanging, and everybody gets stuck sometimes. So all good.
All right. Thank
All right,
you.
guys. Later.
All right, man.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
No, all good. Carlos, that was a good breakdown. Carlos, if you want to repeat that again, I think that'll help out because I'm recording now. I think that'll help out some people as well.
Oh yeah, sure. So for the source, right, you can either have the network address with the wildcard, or then you could also have the host address with the wildcard. These are two scenarios, right, where you're trying to filter all the networks using that subnet and the wildcard for the subnet mask. But instead of doing that, you can also use the any keyword. And that would also do the exact same thing as if you have the network address and the wildcard for the subnet mask. The next scenario is where you're trying to filter one specific host, like we have Angel here. You can have the IP address for that single host, the wildcard for that host, which would be 0000. But instead of doing that as well, you can use the keyword host. So it's either or, it's not both of them. You can use like the IP address and the wildcard and then host. So either you use the IP address and the wildcard, or you just put host, or for the networks, you can put the network IP address, or the subnet IP address, the wildcard for that subnet, or you use the any keyword. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Carlos, that was perfect. Yeah, that was perfect for me.
Sounds good.
So Angel, with that information, I think now you have everything you need to go ahead and make your ACL.
Yeah.
And then once you're done, because like I said, I trust you as the engineer. I want you to, and then we'll go ahead and review it as a team and see see if it's effective. Yeah, but Carlos, that was a good breakdown, man. Like I said, I haven't played with ACLs and for a while, so no, I think that was a good breakdown of how to represent host versus wildcard mask.
Thanks,
So,
man.
good
We learn
stuff.
from each other. We learn from each other.
Okay, so that's actually where I'm having the issue, correct? Basically, they said we have to only put 2 ACLs, right?
Right. So and they're right? And so you're going to use, and how you do that, right? You're going to use the exact same ACL list number, but it's just going to be another rule, right? So it's going to be, and Carlos, keep me honest here, right? For your next ACL, it's going to be ACL access list 100, then a whole different rule, depending on what they want in this next rule. And so typically how ACLs go, if you're doing it this traditional way, it's going to go ahead and go by sequence. Whatever your first ACL was, it's going to be given the number 10. Your second configuration of an ACL, it's going to be using that same access list number. It's going to be sequence number 20, right? And it's going to just keep going up by 10 by 10 by 10 for your ACL.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. If I actually, can I speak? How can I phrase this? Okay, and the question, they actually asked me to have only 2 ACLs, which what I have right now. But
Mhm.
we only have to allow the traffic for those two server 1 and server 2. So basically it's gonna be 101 and 102, 100 and 100 and 101. Can we actually
So,
use okay, can we
so
actually use yes?
yeah. So let's take a step back. So that's not for from what I'm getting from your instructor, that's
Mhm.
not for the entire ACL. That's only for, he's saying at the end of it, for that first bullet point, use only 2 lines in your ACL to accomplish this first bullet point.
Yeah.
You're still going to add some more stuff to this same ACL, but just
I mean,
for, go ahead.
yeah, that's where I put like the question mark
Hmm.
for the wild card. That was when we first started. That's the issue that I said that I have. So basically, it's I don't know why exactly. I mean, I don't really understand what wild card we should use to work. So okay, he said something about binary. If we, I think what I'm gonna say is gonna be right. Okay, we need 2 hosts. We need to cover 2 with the destination. We need to cover 2 hosts, right?
Hmm.
So is it okay if I convert like 2 in binary? Or what I was thinking, convert 100 and 101 in binary to see what's the similarity between them. I don't know. I don't know if it's not even right.
So I think I get what you're trying to say. Are you saying you create a wildcard mask to cover the subnet of both servers?
Yeah, I mean,
Is that what
yeah,
you're saying?
actually, yeah, basically they're already in the same subnet, but instead of okay, if we don't okay, for example, if I use wildcard uh um it's gonna match all of them. So basically it's gonna be this one's gonna match 100, this one's gonna match a 100. So basically I'm gonna have 2 more ACL. So instead of
Okay, I see what you're saying now.
yeah, so basically if I put this one as 100, basically I'm gonna have to copy this 2 more times, and so basically I'm gonna have 4 instead of 2.
Hmm.
So and the hint he said like we have to think about binaries. So that's where that was like that's why when I actually question like which which way should we go, but I'm thinking probably we can, I don't know, but that's where I'm actually messed up.
No, it's all good. It's all good. And let's come together as a team and think about this. And I know Claude just joined in as well. Guys, for everybody that just joined in, we have I went ahead and screenshot and posted the directions from Angel's instructor and the actual topology from Angel's instructor. So take a look at that, read up, guys, while we brainstorm. Basically, what we're trying to do is create some ACLs. We have a limit of how many ACLs we can create, well, how many accessless entries that we can actually create. So let's go ahead and ponder and brainstorm on this. I know it's been a while since I touched ACLs. So let's go ahead and brainstorm together and see what we can come up with. And Claude, I know you deal with ACLs on a daily basis in your lab, so please feel free to chime in, provide input, or what have you. Nah, you all good. So yeah, Claude, I think you heard what I said. We got the instructions and the topology. I went ahead and copied and pasted over in the Slack. So basically, inviting everybody in to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and help Angel, with ACLs, configuring ACLs, and give him some tools so how he can think about and people that are probably going to watch this how to create ACLs moving forward and the thought process behind it.
Okay.
So we gave them a little bit of tools. We told them, you know, typically this is how, you know, when you're working with customers or working in the field, you're going to be given vague instructions, right? You know, here's PC1. We don't want server 1 or server 2 to talk to each other. Here it is. And, you know, as you see on his notepad, we laid out the source, the destinations, the ports, or what have you. So we laid all that stuff out. Now it's more so meeting the criteria of each bullet.
Okay. So let me see. We got. So is this notepad? Is this the same thing that you posted up in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So take a look at that. Take a minute. Yeah. Take a minute. I know it's a lot. We're working on number 1 for now. Going bullet by bullet. But yeah, take your time. Take a look at it. I'm looking at it as well.
Okay.
And
So
we'll go from there.
we're going to create access list 100. Let me see. PC1. Where's that sitting? That's sitting there on that side over there, going through that 3650 switch. Okay. Subnet 10 120. Okay. Can only access HTTP servers. And that's 1, 2, 3. I'm subnet 10.1. Okay, up on that side. Using HTTP and HTTPS. Use only 2 lines in your ACL to accomplish this. Okay, so let me break up my notepad here and write down. So we got 3 HTTP servers over here.
Yeah, I think 4. I think 4 servers.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we got 4 servers.
All right.
Okay. Access list 100.
And what's
Okay.
the addresses? 10.1.1.
Yeah, so our source is our PC1. That's 10.1.2.101. Our destinations provided to us for the ACL for the permit traffic is 10.1.1.100 and 10.1.1.101. Those are 2 servers. And what the instructor wants Angel to do is create an ACL with only 2 ACEs that allow access to from that source
That PC.
to those destinations.
Yeah.
From those source to those destinations only using 2 ACEs.
Okay.
For that access list.
So the HTTP servers, we got .100, .101, and what's the other 2 addresses? Let's see.
That's it.
No, that
It's 4
only,
total.
PC1 only allowed to actually connect to 100 and 101.
100 and 101. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let me write this out. It's going to be AP access list.
Okay, so we got our source, we got our destination. Okay, and the rules say access list. Inside PC line only access HTTP 2 HTTP only 2 lines. Huh. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So and protocols HTTP HTTPS 4.3. Perfect. Yeah, and Claude, where I'm getting stuck, I'm not afraid to say it.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to target specifically 2 hosts while there's other hosts on that subnet? Other servers on that subnet to where.
So he wants it in 2 lines. So basically, what it is, instead of it being a broad blanket network, is going to be a host-to-host type situation.
Exactly. But with only 2 entries, when we have 2 host destinations and 2 different protocols.
Oh,
Unless I'm missing something.
can use wildcard bits.
Carlos, I'm sorry. You saying something?
What about if we just use the wildcard bit, you know, like adjust instead of we have 0000, the last octet, we could just try to find 2 hosts and that's the last octet. So in the wildcard bit, we will specify those 2 hosts. What do you think?
Yeah, okay. And I think Angel was saying that earlier. Yeah, I think Angel was saying that earlier. And I guess we'll just have to find which subnet those .100 and .101 lives on. I think we could do it. It's possible. All right, good brainstorming. Yeah, let's do it. Let me break out the good old online subnetting calculator. I'm not too ashamed to use it, guys. All right, so 10.1.1.100 and let's calculate that. Huh. Okay. Okay. Carlos, good idea. Good idea. I just found a subnet. We can do a /30. Nope. No, we can't. No, we cannot. That's not gonna work.
But
Hold on.
never mind. It's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work. Hold on. We gotta go up 1. Okay. We can. Angel, do me a favor. Get the IP addresses of those other servers for me.
The other 2?
Yep. Give me the IP addresses of those, and put those in the notepad just so I know. So that'll help us configure these. No, well, don't put it in the destination. I want you to just put it on the side.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. 102 and 103. Oh, perfect. Okay, so Carlos, we can do a /29 actually.
Okay, great. And we could probably just put it in binary and flip the numbers. Okay.
Yeah, so we can do a /29. And we can make, yeah, like you said, for the destination, we can just do the subnet to be yeah, we could do subnet to be a /29, and the network address is a 10.1.1.96. So essentially,
We'd have to
we can
first,
do.
we'd have to flip that subnet mask, I believe, into binary first, and
Into
then
binary, yeah.
make the wildcard. Right?
Yep, yeah. So we can do it. We can make it easy. We can do 255 minus 248, and that'll be just what the wildcard mask will be. So Claude, you're better in math than me.
Nice.
Apparently, I didn't pay attention in school when doing math, so I'm terrible. 255 minus 248, that's 7. So the wildcard mask is going to be 0.0.0.7.
Wow.
So access list 100. We're going to do our protocol TCP, and sorry guys, my alarm. And our source address is going to be 10.1.2.101, right? And then we're going to, like Carlos' recommendation, since we're going to use this, we're using direct host address. We're going to have a wildcard mask of 0.0.0.0, and our destination IP is going to be the actual sub, right? So that /29 subnet is going to be, that host address is, I'm sorry, not host. The subnet is 10.1.1.96, and then the wildcard mask is 0.0.0.7. And then equals 80 for the first one. And we just pop the same thing for 443.
Yep.
And there we go. Gentlemen, Adventures has assembled. And Angel, you got your ACLs.
Okay.
That's your first one. Cool. So now what's the next requirement, Angel, in the from the instructor?
So basically, if we add an extra PC or if we add an extra user, this user is not supposed to access server 100 and server 101.
Right. So, and then of course, with ACLs, they have an implicit deny at the end of it.
Yeah.
So us specifying only PC1, no other PC is going to be able to access it.
So
we won't need to make another ACE. If I'm correct, Carlos and Claude and Brian, feel free to correct me.
You're right. Just these two.
Right. And so and where we're going to put it at, right? We're going to put that ACL closest to the source, like you said earlier, Angel. Right? That's the golden rule. So
yeah,
we're going to put that on
gigabit
the
000.
Right, exactly. Right, on the ISR on the 4321 on PC's one subnet. So then, whenever it's processing that traffic, if PC2 tries to go, hey, you're denied, buddy, we can actually test that.
Yeah.
So Angel, do you understand the actual context in which the ACL was written?
I can say yes, but the problem that was my problem was the wildcard for the destination. So that was my concern because
Okay.
I couldn't figure this out.
Okay. So with it being a .7 on that last wildcard mask, do you understand that it actually limits the amount of host?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So basically, it's like 29 have 8 hosts, but 6 is IP address. So
right.
But I said, so basically, for this again, host and subnet and that one that you can access any other network. So this one's going to be okay.
Sorry, guys, I'm back. But Angel, does that make sense? Right.
Yeah.
I know we worked on it together, but does the wild card make sense as far as? And I definitely loved Carlos' explanation on how to use that wild card mask. So you think you're good moving forward with these ACLs?
Yes.
Okay. Fellas, good job, man. Angel, did you want us to stay on just to make sure you're good to go? And we can actually, once we done configuring, we can verify and then test them out.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not going to work today, so we should be good. Unless you guys.
Cool. No, I'm good. Yeah, I'll wait till you're done. I'll let you configure it, and I want to challenge everybody else to let Angel configure the ACLs, since we gave him enough tools moving forward, and then we're going to implement them, and then if it doesn't work as expected, we'll go ahead and troubleshoot moving forward. How's that sound? Cool.
And I think I'm done for one. Let's go on the list to see.
Yep.
So Angel, let me ask you, before you configure that, why are you setting it to in?
So basically, from basically the water is receiving the packet. It's not putting it out. So it's gonna be inbound.
Good stuff. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly, right. And if we get technical, right, because of course we're engineers, right?
Ingress.
It's meant to be put on the router, and it's gonna receive that traffic on its ingress interface, right?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be pushing that traffic egress out any interface. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, didn't mean to chime in. I just wanted to make sure you grasp it, and we're not stuck on the CLI.
Yeah, I mean, as I told you, like I like being tested, so that's the point of learning.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good stuff. Claude, I like Angel, Claude. I like Angel. He said he liked being tested. You know what that means for me.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
May the
Angel,
force
I'm gonna
be
have
with
fun with you. Angel, you should have never told me that, man. I'm just going to let you know right now.
I mean, as I said, I just want to learn. Like it's learn from the best. So I mean,
I wouldn't. Listen. I'm not the best. I'm not the best. I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna
you're
say
not
that.
gonna.
But we all gonna.
I mean, again, I couldn't figure it out. You guys put your heads together, and then boom, here we go. That's
Oh yeah, and that's the beauty of this, and what I love about this field, man. You know, is we all just, you know, I think that it's the norm that everybody doesn't know everything. You know, so we all come together, and I may not, like I announced, I'm not, you know, I haven't done ACLs in a while. I haven't done, you know, L3 stuff in a while, which is typically ACL stuff. So Carlos called in, and you know, Brian and Claude, they came in, swooped right in, helped out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
man.
I'm basically just getting up. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm basically just getting up.
Look, I told him you was asleep too.
Yeah,
I was like, look, Claude probably sleep.
yeah. Because after I talked to you this morning, I think I watched the news a little bit more, and yeah, I laid back down after that. Now let me ask you this: this doesn't say that he wants the hits log, does it?
packet tracer doesn't. As you said, packet
does.
tracer doesn't.
Yeah, it does, but Packet Tracer doesn't support the log function, Claude.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, because it would have killed the CPU.
Okay.
I think I'm not supposed to be able to access the server 3 and 4. So
Good.
I
All right, so we found a hole.
yeah, but I don't think /29 will work because
So let's take a look at it.
okay. So I'm
Let's go ahead and
testing.
take a look at it together.
So
Let's look
it's
at the
like
ACLs. Let's go back to us. Let's go back to the router. Let's look at that ACL. Okay. Can somebody double check that wildcard mask?
it's right because I actually done it right now.
Okay. Wait a minute. Look at that last ACE, the permit IP 10.1.2.0. That's permitting your entire subnet
Yeah, but
that PC1 is on to any
but this-
destination.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to do that.
So it's hitting that rule, unless I'm wrong. Carlos and Claude, please correct me.
I mean,
What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Let me see here.
I'm actually doing this. This is part of it. So that's one of the rules. So that's what I'm saying.
All right, so the network. So the network is 7. We only allowing
I-
that wildcard mask needs to be shrunk down a little bit. We can take that wildcard mask down. So 248. We take that wildcard mask down to 252. That'll allow us.
What if we use one or
I think Claude might be brainstorming something.
Yeah. Take a look at that wildcard mask. All right, so we know that our network is 1.100, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's just take a look, and if we got 1.100, and this wildcard mask represents a /248. So that's letting 7. That's giving us roughly 6 addresses. No, 248. That's giving us
8 and
minus the broadcast.
it's gonna be 6.
Right. So from 100, that's taking us out to 1.106. You see where that's the problem at?
Yeah.
That's where you're being able to allow, that's where you're allowed that access to that 103. So we need to take that wildcard mask out
Strike
a
it
little
down.
bit further. Yeah. So we need to think about maybe a 252,
That's gonna be a
and
3.
then take that. Yeah, we need to
It's gonna
think
be
about it, and then take that down to a
1.
wildcard
Yeah.
mask,
What, man?
which would be, instead of having a .7, we might be looking at a .3. Check my
Right,
math
but
on
the
that.
slash. No, I did. So that /30, your host address is going to be 101. 101 is one of your servers. And yeah, it's 100 and 101 that we have to permit. But I believe 100 is your network address.
Okay, and we still need to do this in 2 lines.
2 lines. Yep. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, Claude. That just use the calculator just to check. And yeah, 100 would be the network address. Usable IPs would be 101 and 102. The next, like I said, the next one up is a /29 that would fit all of it. Unless,
Yeah, so that would give us access to 101 and 102.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
the /29, right?
It's 3. That's slash 30.
Yeah, the /30. We need access to
Server.
101 and 100. To 101 and 100. We
Yeah.
lose access to 100 if we use a /30.
Oh, that you talking about, with that being the network address?
Exactly. And like I said, the next, like what I'm looking at now, the next address would be the next subnet available for both of those, but restricting everything else would be a /29. Wildcard mask would be a .7. And let me read that second. Let's take a look at the rule again. Host on subnet 10.1.2.0/24 can access any other network. Oh, okay. So hold on. So I'm looking at bullet point 3. So no other PCs or servers on subnet that the PC1 is on can access the server subnet. So I think we should be more granular with the access list entry. So we shouldn't make it any. We probably have to pop a few other ACs for specific subnets, because PC1 is the only PC that should have access to those specific servers and the servers and just the server subnet in general. PC2 shouldn't even be able to touch the server subnet. It says it in that previous line. You guys see it?
Yeah. No, the PC also gonna come.
Yep.
Yeah. So we may have to add in some take out that any and be a little bit more granular and go ahead and specifically define what subnet we're going to give it access to besides that one. And I think we might be golden after that. Carlos, Claude, what you guys thinking? Just
So
check me and
you said the
double
third
check me on that
line.
one.
The third line.
Yep, the third bullet points in the
At first.
instructions.
Okay. No other PCs
Yeah,
or servers on subnet 1.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
02.
because the third line would reverse, basically it would work against what you're trying to do in the first two lines. You just need to be more.
Exactly. Exactly.
Let's do this to see. Here's the thing. What would I put 0 for 32?
All right, so that one is going to be the third entry. So it says you want to explicitly add this line. So that's going to have to be because you think about how the ACLs are actually in order. We need to let PC2 get processed first to go through. The third entry will be PC1 literally getting denied because there's only those two PCs on that network.
Can you repeat that, sorry?
Guys, I'll be right back.
What I'm saying, I'm just talking under my breath. So the way the ACLs order of the order of operations, how they're going to work. So you want PC2, you want that traffic to go through to servers 100 and 101, correct?
No. PC2 is shouldn't access a server 1 and server 2. Only PC1.
Well, then I must have read it wrong then. Let me see.
Oh. Oh.
I must have read it wrong.
So basically, PC1 accessing both of these servers, but it can't access any of the other servers. And PC2 cannot access any of those servers.
Okay, yeah. All right. So yeah, I read that wrong. So PC1, like you said, is accessing 100 and 101.
Yes.
Through HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, so those are going to be your first two access lists. Your third access list is going to be denying PC number 2. And the reason why I say your third access list is because the router is going to process it in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, in that specific order.
But
So you want to let
question.
your go ahead.
But the router doesn't have a ACL match for PC2. Should you just gonna drop the packet?
No, because what's going to happen is it's going to, based on the instructions, he says that he wants it in there specifically.
Okay.
If I'm reading that correctly, on that third bullet. Yeah,
Yeah.
no other PCs or servers on subnet 10.1.2 can access subnet 10.1.1. And he got in parentheses there, explicitly add, he made some verbiage about the P on packet tracer, the log command wouldn't work. So he wants that in there specifically.
Okay, so it should be something like this.
Yeah, explicitly add this line. This is normally done to log the traffic with the word log, but packet tracer does not support logging.
For the PC, so okay, subnet.
So with that one, you want to go with a specific IP of that PC that's going to be denied.
So
Because see, the way you're writing it right there,
it's one.
you're leaving it to all of the PCs. So what you can do is whatever PC number, that other PC, which is what, number 2,
Yeah.
whatever that IP is.
So it's gonna be a host base instead of
Yeah, it's going to be a host.
and for the other side, there's gonna be a subnet base, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that good, right?
Access 100 deny IP.
Let's test it.
100, 102,
Let's test it.
wildcard mask 000, which restricts it to that specific PC all by itself, and denying it anything on the 1.1 network, right? So that line itself is strictly for that PC1 that your instructor is talking about. That where he says explicitly add something for that itself.
Okay.
And I think the Claude, I think you already touched on it. What's the other subnets that we have within our topology?
On this side of the router, I think it's
No,
it's
just no, because
the
I'm looking at the requirement again at that bullet point, right?
yeah.
So, right, we have bullet point number 3, but then we have bullet point number 4, right?
Okay.
No other PCs or servers on subnet should access the server subnet, right? But hosts can access any other subnet. Right, so we already have our host access list entry.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I don't think we should. I think it'd be more efficient that we don't put that, because I think the implicit deny is going to capture that for PC2, and then we just go ahead and make another granular, more granular ACE for the other subnets. He doesn't give us a limit on how many ACEs we can add for those.
No, he doesn't.
What you guys thinking? As long as we get the other subnets, we roll.
Well, the thing is, the other subnets can be covered in an ACL in front of this here deny one if it's pertaining to PC number 2.
Good
So
point. Yeah, so we can do that.
if in the event we go further down his requirements and we find out that PC2 needs to touch something like 888 dot whatever,
hmm
then we can put ACL in front of this deny one that we just created.
That makes sense.
You follow me? Because that's how the router is going to process. It's going to process it A, B, C, D. It's going to go down
Yep.
the line,
Exactly.
and then that's where
That makes sense.
that's where the whole giving yourself room on the actual sequence numbers, where you go 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, if you need to put something in front of something else, okay, let's go 10. Let's insert something in front of 20. Let's make that 15. And then it'll insert that ACL at slot 15 in between 10 and 20, and then continue on.
Check me.
Mm-hmm.
Check me here though on bullet point 4. It says host on the subnet. What if we take out PC2 and add another PC that has a .103? Then it's going to capture that 4th line that we create for the any. It specifically says host on that subnet where PC1 is on, can access any other network. But before that, it says no other PCs on the subnet should be able to access that. So if we just make that line just for denying the host address of PC2, I just think that's inefficient per his requirements.
Okay, so
we're still not hitting. We're still not hitting the subnet per what he's requesting.
okay, so you're thinking in the sense of like you just said, if we add another PC down the line.
Exactly, and his words are within it on the actual. He wants to target the subnet on what traffic is being denied, besides PC1, not actually. Oh, just only PC2, which is going to deny. He doesn't indicate that. He descriptively says host on the subnet shouldn't be able to touch the server. You see what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So Angelo, based on what he just said, what you were talking about earlier, there you go. Back to the 255 and open that up. And of course, like I said, that would be after the first two initial ACLs that you had down there for PC number 1. Yeah, so let me see. So it would be between 20 and where you say that?
I'm gonna make you host. I'm gonna make you host. I got to step out for a meeting for a little bit.
Okay. So what you're talking about